review and look at this Good To-Go Classic Marinara with Pasta. This is a brand I'm not familiar with, haven't seen them in before, so I thought try it out. I'm always interested to see what is available. And 20 years ago when I got into backpacking, the pre-made meals, the food wasn't edible. Often spiking food with hot sauce or peanut butter or both was kind of mandatory, but things have changed a lot, and there's a lot more brands, a lot more variety, and I want to look at it a little bit more. On that note, here is the Good To-Go Classic Marinara with Pasta. If you look at the packaging, it's got all these nice stylized tools and compasses and what have you on it. It makes a very clear effort to appeal to someone just browsing. As an obnoxious thing it says ingredients, parentheses, notice how many things you can pronounce, as if being able to pronounce something made it better for you or more healthy. It's absurd, anti-science nonsense. But the ingredients are pretty wholesome sounding. There's canned tomatoes, tomato puree, salt, citric acid, and basil, brown rice pasta. That's troubling. Brown rice pasta. Pasta should either be wheat, water, salt, or wheat, water, egg, and salt. Rice pasta, lentil pasta, any of that stuff just shouldn't exist. Ugh. Onion, canned tomato paste, extra virgin olive oil. So there's oil in this, which means that it probably does have a limited shelf life, but since it's vacuum sealed, it probably holds up for a while. Agave nectar, garlic, nutritional yeast, kosher salt, dried basil, dried oregano, dried thyme, black pepper, red pepper flake. Directions are kind of appealing here. You've got a line that says tear open, remove the oxygen absorber, very important. Add a little less than 1 cup of boiling water, stir and reseal and wait for 20 minutes. Open, stir again, eat, and smile. No one tells me to smile. And it also reminds you that rehydration will take longer at high altitudes. And if you look here, it gives you an approximate fill line. Other features, it's vegan, and it's made in Maine, like DeLorme and J.B. Fletcher. That's exciting. So I have my water heating up here. My Esbit cube is just about to run out and has not reached a full boil, but it's good and hot. So wait a little bit while my Esbit cube finishes up. Open it up. Ooh, it actually smells really good. It smells like sun-dried tomatoes. Oh, and the pasta is little tiny spaghetti-like strands. Flip. It's so weird. I'm used to shooting on my parents' property, so to shoot in a public park and have people just randomly walk up is just a weird experience, but whatever. They're minding their own business. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this. I picked it up for about $8 from my local outdoors concern. This one package is a single serving. It has 430 calories, and it weighs 3.5 ounces. This is 122 calories per ounce, which is getting close to that golden rule I try to maintain of 200 calories per ounce for food. Now, you can get a double serving portion, which has almost 800 calories, and I'm going to see how filling this is, but I can imagine after a long day at altitude hiking, one of those double portion ones would probably fit the bill pretty comfortably. It's very stylized, it's very friendly, it's definitely trying to appeal to someone casually passing by and looking at stuff, and it's part of that new millennium thing of trying to make a corporate product seem like it's your buddy. Well, it's now been 20 minutes. Let's see what we got here. That it needs to be boiling. I did not get a full boil with one Esbit cube, so that might be my problem. Well, let's give it a taste. Soupy meals aren't such a bad thing. And pasta's still really crunchy. It's not inedibly crunchy, it's just really crunchy. It definitely smells like dark, heavily roasted, almost burned tomatoes. And it tastes like tomato sauce that got a little close to being burned. It's not off-putting, it's just a little dominant. Could use more spice and heat, and could probably use some cheese. It's not bad. The rice pasta has a really funny texture. It's kind of mushy. The olive oil really coats your tongue and lips. It's okay. Flavors are a little underdeveloped. It's a little bland. Use more herbs. I think if you threw some cheese in there, it would actually be a really satisfying meal. And I can imagine it if it's like piping hot. It still manages to conjure that kind of comfort food flavor you would expect from pasta. Oh, that's what it needs. More garlic. That's what I'm missing more than anything, is the garlic. I think garlic and heat. Some red pepper flake and some garlic. Be really good. The texture is not very good. The flavor is mediocre. The value is definitely there. And it's definitely good quality stuff. And it's middling in terms of calories per ounce. Not great, but not bad. Just kind of average. Which I kind of expected. I think, especially given that literally every single person who cooks has their own thoughts on how a pasta sauce should be, I don't think you're going to win everybody with that. And I kind of set it up for failure by buying it. I should have tried one of their other options, but it's okay. It's good. It's just plain good.